Hey everybody, welcome back to Catching Outdoors. My name is Matt. Today I'm going to be showing you how to find sand fleas on the beach, and then 3 different methods of catching them. Sand fleas are incredible bait down here because it's the most naturally occurring one as well. It's great for whiting, pompano, and a subset of bycatch species such as catfish and a couple different variations of shark. So we'll go ahead and cut over to when we start identifying a couple spots where they're sitting, and then we'll show you how to catch them. So as you're walking along the water's edge, you're kind of looking for little V shapes in the sand as the surf is pulling back down. Obviously in some instances it's going to be rocks and seashells causing it, but more than likely it's going to be sand fleas. We actually just found a massive school right here. So we'll see next time all the water comes in, we'll see if we can't get a couple of them on film. You should be able to see them. Once a big wave comes in, we'll see if you can't get some of them up here. It's a little hard to see with all the foam. There's a bunch of them right there. Yep. They're all sitting right down here at our feet. So let's go ahead and back up a bit. We'll come back down in a second with the chest cam and we'll show you guys how to get on them. So everything you're gonna need for this, for method 1 and 2, is gonna be some sort of a container and your bare hands. So what we're first gonna show you is how to get them with just the hands, obviously putting them into the container. If we do end up getting a couple of that method, then we'll actually show you how to do it with the bucket or container approach. So right here is where we saw them before, so we'll go ahead and leave our bucket up out of the surf just so it doesn't blow away. Pull our sleeves up a little bit. And then you're gonna wait for one of the bigger waves to come in. And then as they're going back out, you're actually gonna get down ahead of it. And then you can use your hands to kind of scoop a couple of the sand fleas out, and we'll bring them up to the dry sand. So let's see here, we're just waiting on them to come out. So we got a nice handful of sand here. So we can already see that there's one right here on the top. There's 1, 2 sand fleas. So empty bucket, so we'll go ahead and count how many we got in this one scoop. So for recording purposes, I'm slowly going through this. What I generally speak and do is just throw the entire pile of sand out to naturally spread it. And in that case, go ahead and collect all of them. There's one more there. There's a couple big ones as well. So sometimes you'll actually see them have eggs. If they do have eggs, there's going to be nice and orange here on the bottom. Underneath this little lip that comes up. I'll show you guys how to hook them in a second. So there we go. So this one actually has eggs. Let's see if we can't get a better viewpoint. But you see that orange in there? So every once in a while when we refer to beads being an orange color, it's because of that super bright color of the sand fleas eggs. So we're actually doing a natural imitation using something that doesn't look very natural. So in just one handful here, we got seven very nice sized sand fleas. So again, you don't need any fancy equipment to go and do this, just a container to keep them in, and your bare hands. So we're going to go ahead and stick these 7 in our pocket for now, show you the container method, and then we'll be right back. All right, so container method, same principle as with just using your bare hands. You're going to go into the same spot. You're going to wait for one of the bigger waves to come up. So this should be a good one. And now as the water's coming back out, you're just gonna dip the bucket into the sand. We actually just lost a nice one out the top there. And then now that you've collected them, you're gonna head and pour all the water out. So there's one right there. 2. Go ahead and look through. There's a bunch of very, very small ones in here that aren't worth keeping. But as you can see, we got 2 on that scoop. You can use a bucket, you can use a little bit of Tupperware. If you really wanted to, a pasta colander is actually the best, which really simulates a sand flea rake. So that would be my recommended choice. But as you can see, these are 2 very, very easy and cheap ways of starting to collect sand fleas on your own, not having to go to a bait shop and pay for it. So we're up at 9 with 2 separate scoops. We'll go ahead and actually get our sand flea rake in hand. We'll show you one of those, and that'll pretty much be it. So the benefit of a sand flea rake is the fact that it does all of the sorting of the sand fleas and sand for you. So same concept comes to actually gathering the sand fleas into it. We're gonna wait on a nice wave to come up. This time, instead of stepping into it, we can really just follow it down. And you're just gonna drop that rake in here. And then as you're coming backwards, you can shake it a little bit. And then you can shake it in the surf. And you can see, I mean, look how quickly we picked up all those sand fleas. 1 scoop, and we have bait for probably 2 or 3 fishing trips. So it's that simple, guys. Again, sand flea rakes, not super expensive, about 40 bucks. But if you are on a budget and that's too much for you, there's nothing saying that you can't get it done by hand. All right, guys, so here you can see all the sand fleas we just collected on 3 separate scoops, 1 by hand, 1 by bucket, and 1 by sand flea rake. To keep these alive for a while, all you really want to do is leave them dry. You don't want to submerge them, as these guys breathe air, and they do tend to pee a lot, and their pee is actually very toxic, so they end up killing themselves very quickly. So leaving them like this, flushing them a couple times every maybe 5 to 10 minutes just to give them some fresh oxygen and air, and cool them down a bit from this hot Florida heat is all you really need to do, and then these guys will last you for hours. They can be frozen down and used again on later fishing trips, which we'll probably end up doing with these. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is how to catch sand fleas. Again, wonderful, wonderful bait. And we actually, before we log off here, there's another good example of the eggs that you can see in there, that nice, super bright orange color, which is why we use orange beads on a lot of the rigs that you guys will see in future videos as well. So thanks for watching.